And we're live. Hello, Dragonlings. Welcome back to my channel. We're running late, and that's okay, because there was lots of shenanigans going on behind the scenes. And for those who don't know, my name is Sky. I typically write paranormal romance under the name SD Haggis, and I've got two lovely guests with me today. And it's not their fault that we're running behind, no matter what they say. Don't believe them. So if you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves real quick, we'll go ahead and get started.
I'm still moving my papers around. Go ahead, Carol.
You sure? I think I'm not ready for you. Okay. My name is Carol Brown. I'm the author of Queen of the Swords and Silence. I was about to say what I was going to work on today, but I'm not here to work on any of that stuff. I am actually trying to get my goals together because I was trying to figure out what my goals in the last video were, and I realized without looking at the last video, I don't remember.
I cannot find my paper.
I know. So, I'm trying, so on here where I have all my work stuff, I'm going to put, these little white ones on there to signify the monthly goals I have with Sky. So I'm like, oh, I did do that.
That's okay. I just wrote down what I'm going to do for November and December because I hadn't done that yet.
We're hot messes here, ladies and gentlemen. We are hot messes.
Yep.
I still have makeup on from last night. I know you guys can't see it, but my face is covered in fucking glitter right now. I feel like I fucked a pixie.
There are herpes.
I still have my that's my Halloween costume. My avatar. Can you guess what I am? Can you squint? No, it's really small.
Change the layout because that will make it bigger.
Here, let's do this. We're gonna make it we're gonna just show Amy for a second real quick.
See how big it gets. Can you guys hear me? Okay, if you can hear me, I can't hear anybody else.
So it popped up a message saying that when I do that, it removes audio as well, which is good to know, I guess.
Oh my, okay.
But was everyone able to see that?
I think so.
Oh, maybe I should have the live comments up. Here we go. Hi, friends.
That's not what I want. This is what I want. Jeez, I can't do this today. I can't today, apparently.
Monster Hunter?
Gremlin Wrangler.
Oh,
I dressed up as a Gremlin Wrangler.
Oh my
I've got
God.
on my khaki. I've got Christmas lights across my chest. I've got a basket with a Santa hat and sunglasses.
Oh my God.
And I've got some chicken legs in my net. I heard you guys were having gremlin problems last night on the Halloween stream.
We were
as a gremlin hunter. Gremlin Wrangler, excuse me.
It was so bad. It was because Tamara had this whole skit about how she was going to start the stream, and what sucked is it involved a song and her talking and dancing, but there was no sound, so all we saw was what looked like her having a seizure on the camera.
Oh no!
Oh, I'm so sorry. Poor Tamara. Oh man.
And so when she realized that we couldn't hear her, she was just it took us a moment to troubleshoot it because we had to close it, come back in. She ended up having to use the mic from her webcam.
Oh.
Anyway, that's my intro. Sorry to derail the conversation again.
All right, Amy, your turn.
I am Amy Nobody. I am an SEO consultant, and I have an announcement to make. I set up 2 social media accounts. Yes, I set up my LinkedIn profile and I set up a Twitter account.
Woo! Who are you? Who are you?
I know, right?
Wrangler.
That's what it says in my SEO bio too. I mean, my Twitter bio. I actually put Gremlin Wrangler in my Twitter bio.
Oh, that's perfect. I have to follow you now.
I'll send you a link. But yeah, that's my big announcement. I started working on it last week, and I was like,
I've dreamed of this day for months.
I was like, Carol is gonna be freaking out. Everybody's gonna be like, oh my God, she did it! Yay! Yeah.
It's okay, Cthulhu. It's okay. Things are fine.
I have overcome my Cthulhu madness. I still did not set up a website, and I thought about setting up an Instagram, but quite honest, like 100% honest. I tuck my phone in my bra all the time, and so the inside of my camera lens is like foggy. Like I can't really take clear pictures. In case you've never noticed. And I keep cleaning it, and it's helpless. I'm not going to be able to take good pictures until I get another phone, which will not be until I break this one, because I don't do the whole cool new phone thing. My phones are prepaid out of Walmart because I break them about every like 4 months. I break a phone, so I don't even bother to try anymore.
Mine at least lasts a year before I break them.
People what?
People are still freaking out in the chat.
Oh, what? Yes, I know.
Yeah, okay.
I get it.
Since we've already introduced ourselves, we go ahead and see who all is here. We have got Destiny. We have Rad Girl. I'm starting from the top and working my way down, which means I've missed all the newest comments. We got Jace. Eva, if it will actually click it. My mouse is really not liking me today. I don't know why. Let's see. We got Jace. We got Eva. We have Athena. Come on. Click the paint thingy. Click it.
Do it.
Thank you. Athena. We got Grape Fry. It's being picky. I have to actually click the one that says show. Can't click anywhere around it. Have to click that little plus sign.
I know, right?
Oh, I have to point this one out. Amy, somebody
you mean?
That's a good one.
Yay! We also have Persephone Jones joining us. We have Dana with us.
Dana!
We have Shannon with us. I think I've made it down to the bottom. If I missed anyone, I apologize ahead of time. It looks like we got some people already talking about what they are doing for November, December a little bit. Look, Eva even says Merry Christmas to us because Amy finally got some social media.
Woo! Thank you for the support, everybody. High fives all around. My first thing that I tweeted, my first tweet, I did the thing. That's all it says. And then I started going around following, like the SEO people that I know and the pages and the companies and stuff like that. And then I was going to go through and I was going to follow like you guys, but I was like, no, I got to do that after the stream so I can make
I would have been a spoiler. I would have been like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I do not make fun of my Amy.
Yep. So yeah, I did it. I did the thing.
Woo! All right, so that's one thing you did accomplish this past couple months. So let's talk about everyone else and see what everyone accomplished, because I'll go ahead and start because I don't have a lot at all. I accomplished one of my 7 goals.
Oh my.
One. And that was to read 8 books. I read a lot of books. Of course, I closed it, so I can't say. I read a total of 2 nonfiction books because Tamara had her writer's workshop going on, and we read a nonfiction book a month kind of thing. So I accomplished that. And then I also read 33 fiction books over the past couple months because guess what I have not been doing? That's writing. Because every other one of my other goals was writing related, and I didn't accomplish any of those. So that's what I did the past couple months. What about you guys?
I remember you also had your website as one of your goals too.
So.
Not to point it out, I just remember because that's that's my jam. Kara, do you have your list ready? Because honestly, I can't find my damn. Did you?
I was sitting here like, I know past Kara would have written it down in like 4 damn places. Where did Cast Kara put it? And I was like, oh, there the fuck it is.
That's exactly what I did this morning, and I could not find the list. And I'm pretty sure I know what I did with it, but I really did not feel like going and digging it out. So I don't have my list from last month, but I have social media now. So you win some, you lose some.
I'm quickly going through this. I was like, what have I done?
That's what I need to do is put it on my phone.
Oh, Carol, real quick, can you send Rad Girl the link? I don't have her on Twitter.
I want to be in the stream. Okay. Do you have goals ready, Rad Girl? Because we will demand goals from you.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm looking for it.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to show off Persephone's because this is about where I was. She said, I rested up before Nano, not a lot of writing, planning, and resting. That's not the case with me. I just had a mental breakdown as far as like where I was with my story. And I was like, fuck it all. I did the table flip and just decided not to do it.
That's understandable though, considering the outlining obstacle that just totally caught you off guard. I would have flipped a table too. I flipped a table in your honor. I swear I did, because I was like, this is rough.
I'm gonna look through the past comments real quick while you're also doing that, so I can see if anyone else has said anything about what they've done. Jace said they met today's goals. That's all they care about right now. That's awesome.
Oh, I know them feels.
Let's see. La Gasp, Collective Screaming. Seeing all the comments I missed when I was going through and doing introductions.
All right, I have sent Rad Girl the
link.
link.
Oh yeah, we can see the live comments in the thing now.
Yeah.
I never remember that. I'm so used to not that I'm just like, oh yeah, okay.
Okay. Didn't accomplish any writing creative goals in October. Sun could identify about 18 of 26. Wow, English. Come on. And sorts of fun things. So he's a fun distraction. That's perfectly okay. That's a good one.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Wait, I'm ready when you are.
I think then there's lots of commenting about table flipping and taking breaks and downtime. This last one I'll do, and then I'll let you go. I had goals, didn't accomplish much towards the actual written goals, but got a lot of other things done. That's always okay.
Yeah, as long as you're productive, that's all that matters. Maybe I should have you guys see my face and not the top of my head. I think I pushed it up yesterday because in the stream I was wearing a corset on Tamara's channel. I was like, nah, y'all don't need to see that much boobage.
Cleavage, no.
It's that's not the kind of stream that we have here.
We keep it PG here, or at least PG-13.
Yeah. Okay, so overachieve with Caro. I had lots of goals, and I accomplished all but 1, 2, 3. So one of my goals for the bi-monthly goals was to do my quarterly goals. I did that. Go me.
Yay!
I said write more, did that. I passed that session of college classes I was in. I started the podcast with Tamara, and we're already prepping for episode 3, so that's going well. I did go off grid for 3 days, and I sat in the woods and drank too much wine and sat in a hot tub. It was great. I did read a book. I actually read 2 books. I read 2 books. I know. And then my sales goal was to sell 10 books. I actually sold 30 books last month, so that's really good. And then I put increased reacher, but I didn't define what that looked like. So I'm just going to say because I have more subscribers on my 3 platforms than I did before. Only one matters. Oh, you know what? I missed one. Hold on. On October, I said write every day. I did not write every day because last week I was like, fuck that shit. And I just watched Netflix for a few days. I did not outline book 3 because it was just too much for me to think about. I was supposed to learn more Korean and I kept getting confused. I feel dyslexic when I look at these Korean symbols. I am so confused. It's
so hard.
Yeah, I'm trying really hard. I was able to run 3 miles, which ironically was during one of our 10K sprints. So I did that. I did humor my friend in doing the Sunday bolt action thing, so I did that. And I already read another book for the next drunk book review with Writing Wife, which I'm not sure if that one's actually better than the last one that we did because she spoiled the ending for me, y'all. Party foul. She sent me a message with the ending and she's like, I thought you already finished it. I was like, no, I'm on this chapter. She's like, well, you're almost there. I was like,
oops.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me right there.
Yeah, I'm just spoiling it. All right, that's me. That's what I was able to do and not do.
Okay. Well, we had Rad Girl join us while you were talking. So, Rad Girl, if you want to introduce yourself real quick and let us know what you accomplished for September, October. I'm getting months mixed up now. Yay.
It's time.
Right. Hello, everyone. I'm TP Rago, also known as Margaret Dutch, a multi-genre author and artist. And here's Victor Dance for Amy. Hold on.
Yay! That's so sweet.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Good time, come on. Yeah, it finally happened.
Ooh.
Anyways, what was I doing again? Goals. Did I write any goals for October? For
Okay.
real, that's the $1 million question. Did I write anything down? Well,
I can go ahead and do mine if you're looking for your paper, because
no, I
can't find mine. Okay, go ahead.
I didn't have any really particular goals set for October because I don't know what I was doing this month. Actually, no, it was in October. That's what I was focused. I completed, which is fine. Not everybody did, but I managed to get through at least a good chunk of it. Yeah, that was my goal. Was in October that month.
Gotcha. All right. And what about you, Amy? What were your goals? I know one of your goals, but that's the only one I know.
Which one?
777.
777. Yes, I did not meet my 777 goal. I wanted to have the second rough draft completely done by the time November got here, but I realized I wasn't going to make it about like 10 or 12 days into October. I was like, there's no way, because I got derailed for the first week of October. And I was like, there's absolutely no way. So then for the rest of October, I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to work on it every day, you know, on the streams and all that stuff, and just see whatever happens, because I got a lot of other stuff going on right now. And so I did not meet that goal. But I do feel like I got it to an acceptable point to prep what I'm about to do for Nano, starting today. I'm going to rewrite my first chapter, but I'm going to do it the fancy way. Like, I'm going to use the purple prose and make sure that my syntax is good. Like, I'm going to all out write the first chapter. Oh, hold on a second. Somebody else go ahead and talk. I got to take this.
Aww. The music cut off.
No.
I'm a little sad. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the comments real quick and see what everyone else has done too.
I'm just quickly making mine on paper so that way I can like look over here and be like, yeah, so that's my goal.
Let's see. Athena asked how old Eva's son is. Great Fry didn't accomplish any goals, but is ready to set some new ones. That's awesome. Join us. October was writing a week's worth of story to finish draft 1, stretched out over 3.5 weeks. Then a week of waiting for Nano. That's from Jace. And Jace also said, we saw 150 times boobage from Trasha. Trasha? Did I pronounce that right? I haven't seen Tamara's streams, so
It's so funny. It's hilarious. Like,
and I was gonna join. So quick story time from me. I had every intention of joining Tamara's stream last night. I was dressed up, I was ready to go, and here's what happened. I have 2 munchkins who love trick-or-treating, but hate walking, and yet insist on walking to go trick-or-treating, or rather, running. And so by the time we got finished trick-or-treating, it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I came home, I sat on the couch, Tamara sent out her message about starting the stream, and I was like, I will try to come by and say, hey, in the comments. And then I sat and watched 2 movies. And I never came to the stream. I'm a terrible, terrible person.
You are not a terrible. I think after the first 2 hours, we started falling off like really fast because everybody's getting tired. I know it was like definitely past my bedtime. So like if you get to like the end of it, I'm like this.
Well, the worst part is I was awake for the entire stream because it ended, 3 o'clock Eastern time, which is 3 a.m. for me. And
insane
I
person.
was still awake at 3 a.m. because that was when we ended the last movie.
Oh my god.
Because we watched Hocus Pocus, The Cabin in the Woods, and the original Pet Cemetery. So
Really?
yeah,
Oh.
I had never seen. Well, I'd seen Hocus Pocus, but the other two I hadn't seen before. So we just kind of did a movie marathon. Since one of the books I finished this month with my goals of that I did accomplish was reading Pet Cemetery. So, let's see. Rad Girl Grapefry wants to know what our TFP means.
Oh, well, it's an interesting story. Actually, one person figured out what it meant, but essentially stands for my favorite TV show.
Mm.
That's the story behind that. Nothing too special.
Let's see. Okay. Jeannie has joined us and says hello. Welcome. I was not on last night's stream, but I have recovered quite well from not being on the stream.
No, this isn't recovered. This is not recovered. This is I managed to get out of bed, put on a bra and a shirt, and sit in the chair. That's what this is.
Well, thank you for joining us, I guess.
Carol keeps it real here, okay?
She does. Jace said, saw that October had an event in the adult fiction world called Kinktober with kinky writing prompts. Ooh. I'm going to have to look into that because, like Persephone, I'm kind of intrigued.
I'm Googling this.
Let's see.
Careful when you Google that.
Yes. Wendy, I'm still drinking coffee.
My coffee, I can smell it. At some point, I'm going to go get up and get some.
Oh, Persephone drug out the doll for story time with me.
Oh, yay. We should just have a story.
Maybe I won't look it up.
One day we're going to do a stream where we just go around the campfire. We're going to all hold up our plushies whenever it's our story, when it's not our, when we're not telling our story. Like, say if Kara's telling your story, everyone else
I'll get your dolls.
And we're just going to go around telling stories. That's what we're going to do one day.
It's true. I was kind of melting in my corset because, like, for the first 2 hours, like, I couldn't, like, freaking move in that damn thing because I told my husband to make it tight. And he was like, okay. I was like, ah! So I couldn't move or slouch or anything. So at one point I was like, I just gave up and I just kind of started to, like, just relax into it.
My corset, I actually, I bought a cheap one off Amazon and was only meant to be for, like, the costume itself because my real one is packed up away still. And there are two things I discovered. One, cheap corsets do not last. It has been worn twice. The first time when I was trying it on and the second time last night. And one of the steel boning pieces has already come out of it and busted. There's nothing I can do about that. Cheap corsets are cheap. And two, I have lost weight because the size I ordered was the same size as my real one and it was too big. And so even at its tightest, I was like, well, I can still breathe. This is unusual.
It's just for, yeah. I made sure to get like the slightly smaller one. I was like, it says it should be this one, so we're going to go with that one.
I did not do that, and that's the only reason I was able to drive. Let's see. Mini Monster was robbed on Mom's porch while passing out. That is not cool. That is not cool. It's time for Dana to get the
Where are your screwdrivers at, Dana? Get them!
Get them! Persephone went to bed around 4:30. Wow, nope. And see, then the worst part was for me. So I went to bed around 3-ish, and then I had to be up at 6 because the girls still had school today. That was fun. I've been awake since 6, guys. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep.
There's a petition in my area to cancel school the day after Halloween. I don't know if it went through. I was wishing them luck on that because parents don't want those kids at home either.
No, they don't. Some teenager came along and took the entire bowl of candy from from Mini Monster. That is not cool.
There's just freaking twerps out there.
I
have so many thoughts. So many.
Let's see. Started watching Tamara's stream and fell asleep watching. At least you made it to Tamara's stream. I never even made it there.
Yeah, I started doing tarot readings at one point because it was like we have some dead time. It's like, and I have cards. Let's go. Who wants to
do this?
It's Halloween. Let's do the thing.
Jace joined the stream around 12:30 after waking up at midnight, so that's cool.
Yeah, I saw that. It was really nice.
I do not blame you for being flaming pissed. No. Let's see. Gonna have to teach Mini Monster how to shoot moving targets. All right.
I have like so many other suggestions, but I don't want people to like quote me later on the internet.
Yeah, let's not say them on live. We'll say it later in other forms. And I see that
start sending some really suggestive links to people. We're not going to talk about it. That's just going to be an accidental exchange of information.
Yeah. All right.
Private DMs.
And then Dana agrees. She is going to teach her some skills. All right. Well, Amy, you're back. Do you want to go ahead and let us know what else you accomplished or did not accomplish in September, October?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I could do this quickly. Did not accomplish my 777, but, you know, with everything else that I've going on, writing is my hobby. You know, I'm not devoting it like a full-time time frame, so I'm okay with that. I do feel like I'm prepped and ready to start what I'm about to start today. So I'm going to call that a win, even though I didn't technically accomplish it. I know I had reading on my things to do because I need to read more. And while I started a bunch of stuff, I finished 2 books. One book I've actually been reading for like a month now, and I should hurry up and finish it, but it's slow going. I find myself a lot more easily distracted during reading now than I used to be, and it's for the weirdest reasons. It's not that the content isn't interesting or my brain isn't focused on it, but now that I'm writing more, I am much, much more observant of the tropes that I see and stuff like that, and my brain compares it to other stuff while I'm reading it, and it's really distracting.
Yeah.
But so ultimately did not meet my reading goal, but did do reading, bought some books. I got an amazing deal on Amazon's Kindle Unlimited. They had a glitch in a link, and they let you buy 3 months for $2. And it was supposed to be only available to people who were not already Kindle Unlimited people. So you should have been able to buy it one time, because technically after one purchase, you would be a Kindle Unlimited. Yeah, no, I was able to buy 3 years of Kindle Unlimited for $24. Ooh. So, oh, baby. Oh, yeah, I'm one happy camper. We'll have to make sure. I'm not going to count all my eggs just yet. I'm going to make sure, because I have a sneaky suspicion that even though I paid for those 3 years, at the end of this 3 months, when the next one is supposed to kick in, I have a sneaky suspicion that Amazon might close up the link and be like, oh, no, technically this deal doesn't apply to you anymore because you're already in Amazon. So we'll know in January whether or not I actually got it. But fingers crossed I did, because that would just be like the coolest random present for self I've ever given myself. So started some books, didn't really do that. Did my I know I met my gardening and my house goals, with the exception of one thing. So those were good. The gardening one, I know I've joked about it in the past, is one that I put on the list just so that I can go ahead and check it off, because it's going to happen whether it's on the list or not. And then I know that I accomplished my business goal of setting up some kind of social media. I did that. I went on my profiles live today. So woo, 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 woo. And I've talked to a couple prospective clients, and so I'm making progress, but I'm trying to do that whole like balance everything: work, home, life, relationships, hobbies, and so everything makes a little bit of progress and nothing makes a lot of progress. And I'm okay with that for now. So I made a little bit of progress on everything, but pretty much the only goals that I would give myself big green check marks for would be the gardening and the housework, and keeping up with my clients' stuff, clients that I do have right now, keeping up with their stuff. I know I did that. So that's about the gist of it, considering I can't find my paper, so I don't know if I said anything else.
You probably.
I remember making a big deal about intentionally giving myself a short, simple goal list, because I don't want my to-do list to bleed over onto my goal list. I want to make sure that there's a distinction for them personally. So I know I had a shorter goals list, and I'm okay. It's one of those periods where I know I did something consistently. I know I sat down. I know I took the time to do things. So I know I made progress, even if I don't get the satisfaction of checking things off the list. So I'm okay with it. And that was my September, October.
Okay, cool. And I wanted to add that usually I go back through, and anyone who's been on the live stream with me in the past, I tend to pay attention to what they say they're planning on accomplishing for the next 2 months. So I can go back, and anyone who does not have their notes, I can go ahead and let them know what they intend. And I didn't do that this time.
Sky's already saved my ass twice by doing that for me. You want to know what's so like annoying? Is I'm like, oh, thank goodness she rescued me, and then like 3 days later, I'll find the paper. Like I didn't even misplace it. It was just when the time came to look at it, I didn't have it, and she did. So I'm gonna have to find another place to put. I think my mistake is that I do have like I have a bullet journal, but I don't actually follow like the bullet journal formats and all that stuff. And I think my mistake is that my goals list never makes it into that notebook. That's my year-long notebook. You know what I mean? Anything that I might need to reference in 2 months makes it into that notebook. And I have not done that yet. So, but that's going to be one of my goals for the next 2 months. So we'll get to that when we get to that.
Okay.
So that's it for my recap.
All right. Who wants to go first talking about what they plan on accomplishing in November, December?
I'm going to take a while, so.
You're the host, Guy. You go ahead.
I mean, I've already got mine down because most of mine are just going to be translated from what I was supposed to accomplish this past 2 months since I'm a failure. So, yeah.
This is your where your monkeys, whatever you want to do.
Yay.
Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry to, like, commandeer the conversation, but Eva Wrights just posted a comment, and she put the word author tubathon, like the old phonathons, and I thought she said author tubation. I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? I had to click it. Oh man. Damn, the comment section went off topic.
Whoops.
My bad.
And I was going to mention that Boho Berry, who is someone I actually follow. I haven't looked at her channel today or yesterday, so I don't know if she's posted a new video or not. But apparently there's a new method of checking off stuff that you might want to watch for, Amy.
Oh, yeah, I'll write that down.
If you want, because this is literally my job, I can sit down and go over several systems with you about what will work better for you. And maybe you can try any of those. Because like the people I work with, they all have a different system that works for them. So usually I have like this system and this is what works for me. I have a checklist system for somebody else. But anyway, if you want to go over that off stream, we can.
I'm definitely going to take you up on that.
Yep. That's what I went to college for.
Just saying, hashtag humble brag, pop my collar.
All right. So for November, December, it's the last 2 months of the year. It's the last 2 months of this decade. Decade? I think that's right. Yeah.
2020 when I think about that.
A new decade, guys. I don't know if you know that, but it is. So I got things I want to do because I got things I need to do. And yeah. Most of my stuff.
Sorry, you do not sound very enthusiastic right now.
I mean, should I be?
Yes.
Maybe. So most of my stuff is just transferred from the last couple months. I want to get my newsletter done. I want to get my website up and running. I mean, I started doing the whole new redesign of the website back in, March. Maybe February. Actually, I think it was February. So almost a year, Sky. Come on, get on it. Get it done.
But you have the self-awareness. You've got that.
I want to do more stuff with YouTube. I want to get back to the point where I'm posting even if it's just like once a couple weeks, I would like to be once a week, but since I seem to go months at a time without posting videos at all, I will just aim for just one every 2 weeks.
What about maybe having discussion lives? Like we have a discussion and like you can get some of the other author tubers to talk about it instead of you having to make the video and record it and then edit it. I don't know, just a thought.
Well, actually, I have a new way of recording and editing videos. My thing was that Android and Mac don't get along. So transferring videos that I take on my phone, which is how I used to have always done it in the past, is pain in the ass because I have to take my phone cover off to pull the SD card out because the Mac, I can't just plug my phone into the Mac. It won't transfer the files. It won't even recognize my phone as being plugged in. So it just made it more difficult. And now I have a recording program that I can just use my webcam and record videos with. So now I have no excuse. I just need to sit down and do it. I'll get it done eventually.
You can do it.
I'll get there. I also want to read 8 books, but that's something that's on my to-do list every couple of months because I want to continue reading at least one nonfiction book a month and then a couple of fiction books a month. I have no problems getting that accomplished. I've accomplished that every time all year long, even if I accomplish nothing else. So that will get done. I want to read through the draft of my last draft of Damned and Desolate and see if how far off it is from the new outline I'm making, just to see if I need to rewrite it from scratch or if I can actually salvage it at all, or if I just need to fucking give up and rewrite everything from scratch and pretend it never existed in the first place. I don't know. I'll get there eventually.
It will always exist to you. You will always know. Like the shadow in the back of your brain, it will be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. And then after that, I want to outline or write Damned and Dangerous, or since I've already got a first draft done, depending on how much I need to change, if I have to change anything, just see if I can salvage that. So I'll get there eventually, someday. And then the last thing I want to do, other than, of course, NaNoWriMo is this month, so I want to do that. And I want to continue doing my French lessons. But I took French back in high school, and I've been using Duolingo to redo my French lessons so that once I finish it on Duolingo, I'll move on to Spanish, I guess. That's the next language I'm doing. That's all I got. That's what I'm doing. Woot.
The only reason I don't want to go right now is there are 10 minutes before the Shane Dawson Jeffree Star thing goes up. So I'm like, I know you guys can't see it on this other screen right here. I've got the website all ready for refresh. I'm buying that shit. Okay. That's the only reason I don't want to go next, because I know I'm going to talk and be like, no, my window's gone.
All right, so Carol needs a 15-minute buffer real quick.
She does. She needs 15 minutes, guys.
Do you want to go ahead, Red Girl?
Sure. I just now wrote them down for November. One of the most important things I've been saying I wanted to do this year that I have not done yet is open my Redbubble shop, which I'm going to do it this month. I'm going to push myself to do it because I have to. So that's one of my major goals. The next one is to just finish the outline I was working on last month, which is my solo sci-fi novel. And I'll also work on another one as well. Another major goal is I want to start working out again. I've been slacking in that department lately. And another important goal, I need to revive my YouTube channel. We made a couple streams ago, which I mentioned it, and how I said it was dead. It was like, we need to revive it. And the last goal has to do with reading. I want to finish reading some books I have not finished reading, and I have 3 sitting on my bookshelf that need to be finished because I really want to move on to a couple of books I have sitting there. If anyone wants to see my quote TBR, I'll show it real quick. Just give me a second. Bring it over to my desk. Let me turn on my camera. So this one I'm almost done with. It's Assassin's Blade from the Glass series. This is how much I'm literally there. Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm like halfway, like I'm down right in the middle. And oops, you can't see this one, Shadow and Bones.
Yeah, all the ones that people are talking about there.
Yeah, and I also just bought a few weeks ago Siege and Storm, so I need to finish this so I can move on to the sequel. And that's my TBR, and those are all my goals.
Am I the only one that doesn't read like everyone's most popular books? Like right now, Sarah J. Maas is just huge, and I can't. I
can't.
I don't know what it is. I can't do it.
So total Carol confession time. I will sometimes buy popular or not popular. I will sometimes buy independent author books, but I won't always read them if the first 2 pages are not very good. I'm trying to support them, so. But no, I don't like to buy all the popular books. Sometimes I'll buy a recommendation from somebody that I respect. Like I still need to read A Blade So Black. I need to read that, and then The Brass City. 2 people I really like recommended those books, and I bought them. So the author's paid. I just haven't had time to read it because, work.
I find myself reading like I mentioned I read 33 books. A lot of them were all indie authors, and Kindle Unlimited is my favorite thing in the world because if you calculate the cost of the 33 books I read, it was I read over $100 worth of books. And because they were all on Kindle Unlimited, I just paid $10.
I only have one indie author book. I do plan on, there's some indie authors I follow on Twitter, and I do plan on reading some of the books because some of them sound interesting. Like one person I follow has like I forget what it's called, and I don't know if any of you follow this person, but she has like a story that's like a retelling of the Phantom of the Opera. I think you might know who I'm talking about.
Do you find that? I'm curious. Let's see. Yeah, the only one I've got on my TBR list as far as I need to read it, that's like traditionally published currently. I read Caro's in either September or early October, and then like my dad is hard-binging me on to read the Bulgarian, so I'm reading that now. But it's been so long since I've read paperbacks, it feels awkward. And this is not a small book. I'm so used to reading ebooks. I'm just like, it's taking me forever to read just one page of this because I'm so used to reading ebooks.
Yeah, I think the last 2 books that I bought that are trendy right now, I got the Shotgun Arcana. I bought the first one, and I liked that one. That one's pretty good. Somebody didn't like it and called me a sexist when they saw I had it. So weird people are weird. And then I got his Dark Materials. And the only reason I got this book is I actually had the trilogy before, but in the military we have this thing called TMO, and it's basically the government's way of moving your stuff when you go from one base to another. And TMO lost a box of all my books. Yeah.
Oh,
so that sucks.
Yeah, so I lost those books, and this one came out, and when I saw how like big it was, I was like, how the fuck did he get those 3 books into this, right? This is Bible paper.
Yeah, it's really thin, and the writing is really tiny.
Yeah, that was somebody's complaint. I'm like, shut up.
Because I have the first 2 books of those. They're packed up, but I have those first 2 books in paperback, and they're not small books.
No, they're not. No, they're weapons. Okay, you use this to defend yourself from like mugs. Okay, yeah. No, but it was really interesting, and of course, like my grandma said, I think I'll try and read that too. And I was like, no, Grandma, you do not want to read those. And she's like, why? Do you think it's not good enough for me? And I was like, Grandma, it's about killing God. You don't want to read it. Like I'm just telling you, it's not a big spoiler. Yeah. Like, it's really not your jam. So,
how much time is left on your window? Real quick.
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay, so we need to kill 5 more minutes of your time.
People are asking what I'm buying. So I'm actually buying stuff for Writing Wife because she's obsessed with the palette and I love her, and Christmas is coming and she doesn't watch these live streams, so I can just confess that I'm buying her stuff online. So I'm getting that for her. I'm getting the lipsticks for me. I don't know. It's like, I don't know what's happened because at the start of this year, I had zero makeup, like none. And then Writing Wife wanted to do a Korean makeup tutorial video, which was really interesting because she wanted to do it while getting drunk. And so like there's one scene like with me in the live stream where I'm trying to not poke my eyeball out with the freaking liner. I managed not to. I was very skilled.
Good job.
Yeah, and so since then, like I actually have like the guest bathroom has all my makeup in it, and it's not, when I say all, like it's not like a large amount. It's just like it's enough that I have to not put it in my bathroom because I share that with my husband. We have a little bitty sink and not a lot of room, so it's just in the guest bathroom.
There you go.
Yeah, so but yeah, she's obsessed with the palette. I want that lipstick and I want that gloss. So yeah, Unicorn Blood sparked something for me. It did. Like I know a lot mixed thoughts on Jeffree Star, but motherfucker knows how to name his products. Like holy shit. Do you think the website is going to crash? I don't know, because I know that Spotify, who kind of helps them with all of this, actually got in contact and asked how, like, what their sales like estimate was going to be. And so what a couple of weeks ago, if you got, and the only reason, so obviously I'm intrigued by this entire process, but from a work standpoint, I'm very curious about how they're able to handle high workloads, because that's also something that I do at work. And so a couple weeks ago, you guys will remember that they launched like all that merch and they sold out within like 2 hours, right? Well, what they really did was they used that data that they got in order to help prep for this launch. It was a test drive. Yeah. So that I knew what that was when I saw it. I was like, that is so fucking smart.
That is intelligent, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of intrigued from it from a work standpoint. Granted, it doesn't really apply to what I'm doing at work because obviously it's a different industry, but the process itself is pretty good.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Amy? What do you plan on accomplishing the next couple months?
Okay. Since we're talking about books, I do always intend for the reading goal. That's the one that I carry over every time to hold myself accountable to it. And I don't really go for what's popular. Like I read books that like fiction books. When I read them, it's because somebody was like, oh, well, if you like that, then you'll like this. And that's not always a new book. You know, like if you like Douglas Adams, which I love, you know, I like that kind of sci-fi stuff and that kind of thing. So fiction books are hard for me to read, believe it or not. They're the ones that I was saying, like now, especially that I'm writing, I recognize tropes and foreshadowing and all that kind of stuff. And I'm really good at foreshadowing when I read it. Hopefully I can translate that into foreshadowing in my writing, because I can see it in the book so easy. And so reading is one that's going to carry over until for infinity. That's always going to be on my list. It's wintertime, so I don't have any more gardening. I just have to care for my indoor plants, and which I like to joke, you know, outdoors. I took a plant this year that was just past my knees and grew it up taller than me. And now I have to bring that plant in. It almost goes to the ceiling. And I'm not very good with indoor plants, believe it or not. Like, I kill pretty much all my succulents. I've gotten down to just my minimal succulents and cacti, because the only ones that are left are the only ones that I can't kill. So gardening is not on the list, but full disclosure on my, oh no, Caro's angry. No. Was it just that fast, Caro?
The site's already crashed. We're only with 30 seconds in.
Oh my god. They didn't prepare well enough.
Yeah, I was going to mention that they tried to use that data, but it's not going to be true to form, because people are not going to jump all over that merchandise the way that they did this palette. So
yeah, Even in the documentary, if you watch him, like Jeffrey's like standing looking at all the stuff, and he's like, "We still don't have enough. Like this is just not going to be enough."
Refresh.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, fingers crossed for you. What site is it?
It's his site. It's the Jeffrey
his
Star
site.
site.
Yeah.
Please try again in 5 minutes. No, I'm going to retry right now, motherfucker. Y'all, somebody live trying to get some shit. Okay, I know.
No, I got so lucky buying tickets one time. I was trying to get these tickets, and I knew they were going to go on sale, and I knew it was going to be the whole like, you got 5 minutes to buy these tickets because the scalper is going to walk in and buy 250 type shit. And I got so lucky. The site crashed about like 10 seconds after my order confirmed button. I refreshed the page and I hit the autofill for all the data, and then I typed in the like 3 things that didn't need to go yet, and then I bought it like right at like 12 o'clock. I just went ahead and submitted my order, and I was like, yes, I got the confirmation number and everything. And then even though I was looking at the confirmation screen, then the whole damn site crashed to the point where it reloaded the page and was like, oh no, sorry, try back in 5 minutes, all that crap. But I did it. I'm like, just 10 seconds before the whole damn site crashed. Anyways, goals. So reading books. My nano goal is going to be rewrite chapter 1. That's going to be pretty much all of November. And after that, I'd kind of like to send it to a couple people that I know that are really excited to read it. So that'll be the other half of it in December is, I see fingers. Yep. Send it to anybody who's interested. And that'll probably take the rest of December, you know what I mean? Going back there and really fine-tooth proofing it. And so that'll be a writing goal for November, December. And I have crafts on my to-do list because I have some cool ideas for Christmas presents. And there's been a couple of things that some of my friends have showed me recently where I was like, I could totally make that. Like, I could make that. And so with the exception of like 2 people, everything that I want to get for them this year is going to be crafted. So I need to start now if I'm going to finish all this stuff before Christmas. So that's a big goal on my to-do list is I'd like to have it all done by the end of November, but it ain't going to happen. So I'm not even going to say that. Crafts are on my list. And my other big one is going to be getting my bullet journal ready for 2020. I'm definitely going to take you up on the review stuff offer because I've got lots of little systems that I need to merge into a big system. And so I'll be doing that. And I like to take a couple of weeks whenever I start implementing something new. Oh, what does it say? No!
I just wanted you guys to see it on the ground level.
Oh, bummer.
I do anything for writing wife, okay? This is what I'm doing. She's probably at work thinking that, wishing she could have it. I'm sitting here like, motherfucker, give me the goddamn thing!
Give it to me now! So I will definitely be working on my bullet journal for the next 2 months. Just seeing what systems I still want to keep, what things I don't. There's going to be other projects that I'm starting, like the social media, and really ramping up my efforts to find new clients that I'm going to need to keep track of and stuff like that. So there'll be new additions to the bullet journal. So that's going to be a big thing over the next 2 months so that when the new year rolls over and everybody else's calendars roll over, then I'll be ready for it.
I applaud you for the bullet journal thing. Like, Megan tried to get me into that, and I got so OCD with it. I was like, this is literally making more work for me than it's supposed to be. So,
yeah, I gave up on actually using the bullet journal, the official bullet journal system. There is a key that comes with it. There is some like recommended spreads and stuff like that. It's a highly customizable system, which is what appeals to me so much.
Yeah.
And I have a generic weekly spread that I really love. And it's 2 pages front and back. So it adds up in the notebook, but it gives me everything that I need to be able to, do everything. Except it doesn't account for all of my little to-do lists, if you know what I mean. Like the last couple of days I've been cooking, and things like banana bread that need to get on the list because the bananas have a time frame. But if I just put cooking on the list, I'll space it. And there may or may not be an extra loaf wrapped up in tinfoil in a plastic bag. I'm just saying.
Those who don't know, I love banana bread, except for I don't like nuts. So I like it when someone makes it for me without nuts because I can't buy store brand.
I didn't have as much nuts as I thought I did, and I had more bananas than I needed. So I was like, well, I know exactly what to do here. Gee, you're not just now figuring that out, are you? A public declaration of banana-based love. Oh shit. There are also some other things like that I want to put in my bullet journal that I've never really tried recording before. Like health stuff, like exercise and things like I don't take any medications. I don't have any ailments that require consistent medication or anything like that. But I do have some things like my feet. Like I have plantar fasciitis in one foot, and it's a bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the fucking worst.
I have to do so many things. Like I have to have the compression sock and the tennis ball that I have to massage it with, and I got to stretch out my calf, and it's a fucking pain in the ass. I hate it.
Yeah, and I have it in one foot and not the other. So the other foot is actually starting to hurt more because I hobble to compensate. And so there are things like that I need to just keep track of what works for me, what doesn't. Luckily, it's not too bad. I don't have to wear the compression sock. I have insoles and a rolly thing. I haven't had to start wearing the boot at night or anything like that yet. But there are a few things like that. And I have a hip impingement that I just want to keep track of. It's a good thing to keep track of your health, especially since I don't like going to the doctor. So, but that's going to require some research. You know what I mean? It's something that I've never really looked into. So a lot of my bullet journal things are going to require research. So that'll probably be the most time consuming besides the crafts thing that I do. And that's pretty much all that I'm doing because I'm going for once again, the whole short goals list and making sure that my to-do list is something different. I want to be able to look at my goal, and even if I know I didn't do everything on that to-do list, still feel like I accomplished it. I still feel like I did something. I made progress. I did good in this area. I reached my goal, because if I give myself that list and then once I know I'm going to fail at a goal, I lose any and all will to continue to try to do it. And trying to avoid that, trying to get better about it. So that's my list so far this year. And that'll be the end of my decade, the end of my year. And all that will set me up for 2020.
Woo. All right. Well, while I'm sitting here frantically hitting the refresh button, I will do mine. So somebody had joked that Kara's goal was to get the Shane Dawson palette. True to form, it is a goal. It is a goal. I'm getting it. I am giving it to Writing Wife because she deserves good things, and I'm going to make this happen for her. So the other thing I have on here is this is just November, win NaNoWriMo, and I'm going to do that by writing 2,000 words a day, so that way on the days where I'm like, fuck it, I don't feel like it, I'll have some wiggle room. So that's my plan there. The other thing I have is to increase my online engagement. So I'm really good at making content, but I'm not as good as I'd like to be about engaging people. So I have slotted 30 minutes a day to actually kind of reach out and talk to people and things like that. So let's see. So the other thing I have is a better routine. Now, I have actually been struggling to try and find a routine that works for me. I've gone from bullet journaling to task lists. I have tried a bunch of other things. So what I'm trying to do right now, and I'm going to pull it up on the screen because visuals are nice. I'm actually trying to do what they call a calendar block system. So what you do is you actually slot periods of time to work on stuff. So, so right here you can see I have this time slotted out for the 10K Tuesdays that I do with Sky, and then right here is the time I have for college because I want to get it out of the way instead of dreading it all day, that kind of stuff. Some people will plan out like every hour of their day, but I have like fixed times on here where I have to get stuff done because I have to still be flexible for work. So when they're like, I need to have a meeting with you, it's like, well, I've got time open here, 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 and here. When do you want to talk? So I've got that. I'm going to try that for the next 2 months, and we'll see how that goes. December may come over, and I'll be like, this was a flaming shit pile. Don't do it. We'll see how it goes. It was just a system I haven't tried before, so I was going to give it a shot. In December, my goal is actually to go visit my dad. I haven't seen my dad in 2 years, so I'm already working on that by confirming he's got time for me to come over and hang out with him. And of course, now the fucking cart comes up. I fucking hate you.
Do the thing, Carol. We can entertain ourselves. There's a lot of conversation in the comments.
And see what everyone else is planning on doing, because I know we've had a bunch of comments come through, not only about the site crashing, all that fun stuff, but what everyone else is planning on doing.
It's okay. So it's refreshing, and I'm moving on. So. And then the book-related goals is in November, I'm going to finish the romance that I'm writing. And then in December, I'm going to finish book 2 of my Ghostwalker series. And then on top of that, I have a work-related thing that I'll announce here. After it didn't take a lot of convincing, but I talked to my boss, and he's going to have Other Worlds Inc. actually start producing indie services. So like book covers, book formatting, and all that stuff. And I'm eyeballing you, Sky, because we're going to need another formatter. So I'm just letting you know. So we're in the works of getting that all set up. He originally said, yeah, we do that, but we didn't have a portfolio. So I told him to take it down until we had a portfolio. Because that's just how you do it. And so that I'm working really hard right now to get that set up for the launch. I want it to launch in January, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So flexible time frame is January. And then the 2 overlapping goals that I have for November and December, the first one is pass my current college classes. So I'm taking 2 college classes. One I absolutely hate, and the other one I'm meh about, but I have to pass them. So that's one. And then the other one is networking. So I'm really good about talking to people here online, but I'm not very good about like going to places with lots of people and like engaging there. So I am going to try to go to 1 to 2 events a month to actually meet other writers and other chapters and do more networking with them. So I think later next week, I'm going to the Arizona writing chapter to go and talk to the writers there. I can't remember why they wanted me to come over. Like I met them at a different conference and they told me to pop over. I think they just wanted me to show up and have numbers, but I'm still going. So those are my goals. We'll see if I can do them. Okay, refresh, motherfucker. Let's go.
Okay. Oh, ignore this phone call. Love phone calls during streams. All right. So Eva said, I'm going back to where I last left off in the comments section. So I'm going back a ways. But Eva follows so many people now that it's hard to keep up. Let's see. I think Wendy, in this comment, she's talking about the boho berry because the last name that was mentioned in the comments before this was boho berry. So customize your personal planning method. I have watched a lot of boho berry's videos, but not enough to know that. So that's news to me. Cool. Good news. Let's see. November, December, Jace wants to transcribe novel and get draft 2 done. That's awesome. Kiro has so many systems.
Well, I know I've tried a lot of different systems. Like I almost think I want to do a video where I talk about the pros and cons of all the systems. But now that I've said that, I probably have to do one for each system because they have a lot of going on. And again, a lot of this is me also working with systems because I work with creative people, and creative people like want to be special snowflakes, no offense, and they don't want a system that somebody else uses. So I have to go around and find different ones
for different people.
Yeah. So my boss, ironically, needs me to come over and say, you have to get these 4 things done today. And he's like, what if I can't? It's like, you will get those 4 fucking things done today. So that's what he needs. Where everybody else is just kind of like, I just give them like a weekly to-do list. Like at some point during this week, please get this thing done. So that's that.
I struggled with finding a system that worked for me. And this is kind of unconventional and a little bit boring, and people want to dismiss it. But if you can't figure out what your system is, I really highly suggest switching to the binder. It's notebook paper, printer paper. It's boring for some people because they want the cute journal and they want the, you can get dotted paper if that's really your thing. But I have found personally that because I struggle to find a system that works for me, if everything at least fits on that 8x11 page, I can punch holes in it and put it in the notebook where I need it to be for reference.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the things that never worked in like bound journals for me, is because I need to write something down or something needs to be addressed right now. Where do I put it? Do I just turn to the next page? Because then everything has to come after it. Or do I have a notes section or what? So, once I switched over to just everything I do now is on either notebook or printer paper, and it gives me so much more wiggle room, and it allows me to account for everything. Worst case scenario, if I have a bunch of notes for a project, I put them in order and then they just go in a notebook with some dividers. And that allows you a really simple system to keep all your information together, even though every once in a while I will admit I do buy one of those journals that I never end up using it because it's so cute. It's all that good stuff and I love it, and I'll eventually find something to put in it. But personally, the bound journal, it doesn't matter what the system is, even the like annual calendars that are already printed out and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are they called? Like, you know what I'm talking about. They're bound annual calendars.
Oh, the yearly?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, planner.
Planner.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. I gap that word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just planners. Even though those planners come with the dates lined out and the grids and everything, they don't work for me. And that's a tidbit of advice that I share because I think people underestimate just how useful just plain notebook and computer paper system is.
Mm-hmm.
It's so adaptable.
Yeah. My issue with, and I'm kind of going back to the bullet journal thing, is that it works really well for writing life, like it's her thing. And the whole reason it didn't work very well for me in the end is because I found myself spending more time getting it set up and working than actually using it. And so I was just, so again, my time is kind of precious. So like, do I really want to spend 30 minutes a day getting this thing set up and doing everything the way it is, or do I want to find something else? So, and there are some people who have really complicated systems, and they're very detailed. And I'm not using this person as an example, but like Heart Breathings has a lot of different binders and uses them for a lot of different things. And like, I admire her for being able to keep up with all those different binders. Like, she's a machine that way. I couldn't do it. Like, where are my binders? So I know you guys can't see it. There's a shelf with like those black books, one red one. Do you guys see that? Those are all binders I tried to use and I've abandoned them. They don't work for me. I've tried.
I now have two. I have this one, which is my 5-year planner, which I hope to do a video on as soon as I finish it up. I've just got to finish doing stuff with it soon. And then my bullet journal. And that's it. And this is new. So this has been the only thing most of the year until like this month. Last month. October. So. Meh.
I'm going to be on the goddamn website either until I get something or it sells out.
Let's see. Great Fry's November goals are to read Nano, journal every day. Uh-oh.
Did we lose Amy? Gremlins came.
I think the gremlins came. She's got to go wrangle some gremlins. Maybe.
Gremlins?
Maybe you there.
It's like every other word has come through.
Danger! Danger! Danger!
There we go.
Okay, never mind.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I think my internet blinked, and I know I say this all the time, but my whole fucking computer has to whenever it blinks because my screen is frozen, but I could hear you guys the entire time, even though you couldn't hear me. So now you can hear me, and my screen is still frozen.
Good morning.
But if at least the audio is working, I'm okay.
Okay. Let's see. Gray Fry wants to start making videos. Personality doesn't seem to come across well on camera. December, start a blog, find a job, and plan for Q1. Those are good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Persephone wants to win Nano and survive the holiday season, and that's it. And you know what? That's a perfect plan.
Yeah, holidays are rough.
They are. Eva wants to do just right and maintain life and home and stay in the present. Holidays are dark months and harder on her, so low pressure goals.
Yeah,
Again,
that's smart.
holidays are rough. Let's see. There was lots of book talk, so I'm skipping all over that to look for goals stuff.
Bruce Rice said I'm trying to get into art planners. I try to. They're not for me.
Real quick, I wanted to point out that Eva mentioned this is the Nano site, for those who don't know, is new and updated, and I'm still playing around with it because it keeps, every other time I use it, it crashes on me. So I did not know that about the more options tidbit on the Nano site. So that's cool. A lot of comments have gone through. Oh dear.
It's okay. I'll just sit here and wait.
Let's see.
Ready,
How about I click on the right one? November, December, finish draft 1 and 2 of novel and try to maintain sanity. There you go.
Yeah, I know I don't do very well in winter months because that's when I'm like, everything's great. And then like I'm crippled by depression. The world doesn't understand me.
My mouse is being
I hate this
disagreeable. Hello, Ruth.
Can
Ruth
you
has
hear
joined
me?
us. Yes,
I can kind of hear you.
sort of.
Okay. It's freaking out.
Wendy, do not say such hateful things to me.
What?
She's like, it's going to sell out. I was like, no!
Oh, no, don't jinx her.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to be so sad.
The Nano site definitely works better on the laptop. I have almost never used it on the phone because it never seems to work correctly. That was even before the new upgraded site. But the new upgraded site still has glitches, and that's the whole reason I'm just like,
I don't even know why they, like the way that it was set up for Camp Nano was actually really good. And then they were like, we're going to revolutionize everything. And now we're like, we don't know how this works. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
Like, if you were going to change the website, you should have done it for one of the camps, so that way we could have troubleshot it and then told people what was wrong with it, and they could have had it fixed and mostly ready for actual November.
Yeah, because less people use it during camp than they do for regular Nano. See, Dana just wants to finish first draft of book 1.5 and be 50 to 60% done with book 2. Those are some good goals. Goals are good.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's denying you your access. Oh man. Amy, is your computer still being brat?
Wendy, I was being sarcastic.
Yes, it is.
I was being really sarcastic, Wendy. I'm a very eccentric person that way.
A Wild Tamara has joined us.
Tamara, this is my life right now. This is where I am, Tamara. Okay, this is my life.
For those just joining us, she just spent the last 25 minutes trying to get this site to work so she can order 2 Thnks.
It will be mine, God damn it. I just wanted to be able to recount the experience from the ground level instead of seeing it in the documentary.
Oh.
Well, say
I
hi,
just want
Erica.
to play with my friends.
Hi, Erica and Keith Southworth. Welcome. You're a new face for me. I'm just trying to get something can start to edit instead of bits and pieces have now. Let's see. Ruth, goal for November is bypass original thought for NaNoWriMo. Okay.
Ava's on the site too. It's the conspiracy palette, Ava. I'm trying to get it for Writing Wife.
Wonder.
It took about 30 refreshes. Yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I got to the cart. That was some progress. I managed to put items into the cart and then try to check out.
That's where the site's crashing for you?
Well, it took 15 minutes to get the items into the cart. So I expected that. And now the rest of this time has been me trying to check out. So it's like me being like, please take my money. All I want to do is give you my money. Please take it.
Oh, man, this is too funny.
This is me trying to look at the page as well.
I'm just not even going to try.
If you're not buying anything, get off the site.
I just wanted to see if it would work for me.
Oh, we'll see.
Oh wow, I reloaded again and it works. What?
Don't jinx it. Don't you jinx it. Amy, get your gremlins off that site.
Yeah, Amy. Go wrangle those gremlins. All right.
Hey, I'm ready. I got my Christmas lights. I've got sunglasses and hats to distract them. I got chicken legs.
Ruth is going to rebel and just aim for 24K for Nano. That's awesome. Let's see. Tamara agrees with all of us. They were not ready.
They thought they could have been. No, Jeffrey knew that they weren't ready. He just knew. Like Shane the entire time was just kind of like, I don't think it's going to go the way that you think it's going to go. And Jeffrey's like, yeah, about that.
Little did you know.
It's like, we're probably going to have to get a whole warehouse just for you. And Shane's like, stop being funny.
That is too funny.
I have to admire, so one of the things when it comes to sales is that when you're trying to sell an item, you also sell a story with it. So this entire thing is just complete genius to me.
The marketing is pretty fun. One of my social media client is a big fan of Jeffree Star, and she got the mystery box when it came out recently. They made a big deal about that. She had to run down her postman so that it wouldn't accidentally get sent back. Like there's this big thing, and it's fun to watch. Like I'm not interested in it really, but she is, and she talks about these people, and that's what she wants to be as a YouTuber. And she's got all of her other media and stuff like that up. And I think there's a lot more professional help than they're letting on. Like I know he mentions marketers and stuff like that, but there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, that sounds professional, but things like your site crashing, like, man, there are steps that you can take. Like, I haven't watched enough of it to have anything more to say than just,
I watched too much of it. Like, one time, Writing Wife came over, and she was like, well, I thought we could do something else. Like, you literally came over to my house when the documentary just came out. You're going to sit your ass on that sofa, and we're going to watch it together.
All right, real quick, I wanted to say bye to Athena. She's getting off here to go see daughter's character walk, inclusive version of Halloween the day after Halloween. So thank you for joining us, Athena, and good luck on your future goals.
I liked being on your stream earlier, not on the camera, in your comments. It was fun.
Oh, that's right. She did start doing streams. I haven't made it to any of hers yet.
You should. It was nice.
Because she's doing daily ones in the morning time, right?
The weekday, yeah, she's doing that.
Okay. I'll have to check those out. Let's see. Jeannie's leaving too to go right. And honestly, that's what we're going to probably be doing soon. We try to keep these around an hour, and we've gone over a little hour because we're trying to figure out if Kara's going to get her palette or not.
Yeah, Kara, you're selling us a story. Now we either need the product
Kara story time. That's what this is. It's a live Kara story time.
This is a different story time. Instead of it being a retelling, it's like it's an immersive layout.
We'll see or
See,
won't
real life,
next
Caro.
time on story time.
Watching Carol freak the fuck out on this website. Like, God motherfucking damn it! Bitch, what the fuck am I mofo?
So for those leaving by, have fun with your goals. Good luck on Nano for those who are doing it. Let's see. Ruth is going to be sitting at 5K. Started 2 days early because of 6-year-old daughter who'd harassed all November. Would have killed any momentum they had. So I don't blame you for that. So I have not started yet. I had every intention of starting. I've mentioned this already last night on Tamara's stream and just didn't.
Yeah.
So,
You watched a movie. You went to
I did. I watched a couple movies.
Granted,
One of them I regret watching.
I loved being on there with Tamara. I really did. It was fun. All right. All right, so you guys are gonna have to tune in next time to find out if I got the palette or not. That would be a reason to show up. Okay. Find the next stream where I'm in, and then you can all bombard me. It's like, did you get it? Did you get it?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So is there anything else we wanted to talk about real quick as far as goals and routines and all that fun jazz? It's the last 2 months of this decade, guys. Not just this year, but this decade.
That makes me feel so old. I don't usually feel old, but
Stop
damn.
it. Stop it. I'm like the oldest person in this thing right now.
Just by a little bit. I'm usually the oldest person in the little thing here, but just by a smidge.
It's tiny. Yeah, it's been so awkward because I'll go out to events and like I'm finding myself more and more being the oldest person there, and I'm like, what's happening? Like, how did I become who I am? Where are my peers? Oh, they all have kids. I can't hang out with them. Shit.
I'm with Wendy. We're going to bring back jazz, swing dancing, because we're going to be in the 20s again. I'm all for this.
Me
Just
too.
You probably do, Jace. I won't deny
saying. All right. Well, if we have nothing else, let's go ahead and do our outros real quick because this is just a stream about bi-monthly goals. Anyone else in the comments section have anything else about their goals that they're planning on doing? All that fun jazz? Let's see. Eva wants fun headbands, jazz, and moonshine. Legs aren't ready for swing dancing. Jazz clubs and flappers. I'm ready for the roaring 20s. Let's do this.
That will confuse all the millennials. They'll be like, what's happening?
Yeah, I'm just confused right now.
Okay, I wasn't going to say it because I didn't want to be an ass. But I was just about to say, I bet you most of the millennials aren't even going to know. They're going to think it's a new thing.
Yeah.
Like, they're not even going to know about the roaring 20s and all that stuff.
Oh,
Okay,
We're just going to have to do it. All of us old salty dogs are just going to have to do it. And then we're just going to leave out the millennials and they're going to try to have to keep up.
We're going to have to get like the head things and the pearls and the sleek dresses and do like the little number.
Yeah.
you know what the worst part is? I am in the statistics you guys are talking about because I am a millennial.
No, you're not. You're one of us. It's okay.
I'm
Don't
like
even
right at
say
the
it, guys.
I know I am because I was born in. I know I am because I was born in the late 90s.
Oh dear.
So there you
I was
go.
born in the late 80s.
I was
I like
born
this.
in the early 80s.
We're not going to call it the roaring 20s. We're going to either call it the flaming 20s, like Jay suggested, or the
That's a good one.
roaring 20s, like
No,
the
fabulous. Fabulous 20s.
fabulous 20s.
That
I like
is
that.
the current economic status right now. We'll call it flame, or we'll call it fabulous 20s, and everybody will just be like, it's fabulous.
Okay, I'm officially petitioning that we dress up for our January stream as flappers.
I'm for this. If I can find an outfit, I am for this.
This is a different reason to dress up. Okay, I will do this.
You
You'll
just
have
need
to remind
pearls and a headband.
Yeah.
me. All right.
for Halloween, real quick, because since we're talking about this, for Halloween, my sister sent me a picture yesterday. She and her husband dressed up. She was a 50s housewife, a pregnant 50s housewife, and her husband was the milkman. I just wanted to point that out real quick since we were talking about generational things. Oh, and Eva is coming as Barbara Walters for debut performance. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. All right, so let's go ahead and do our outros real quick and wrap up this stream. And maybe once we get off, I guarantee this is what's going to happen. As soon as we end the stream, Carol's going to be able to buy her stuff. It's because we're live and they know we're waiting for it. It's like they know.
Why we're still here?
Let's go ahead and wrap up. Who wants to go first?
Carol got vicious.
She
Fuck
did.
off, everybody! I'm trying to do something. Fuck off now. I'll go ahead and do my outro since I have one now. I'm an SEO consultant who now has a Twitter account. I'm not excited about it, but I'll act like I am. And thank you for the victory dances and the encouragement, everybody. I really appreciate it. Don't have to do my project spiel and all that good stuff. So if you look for me and hunt me down and you're interested in SEO work, now I have a place where you can find me. So yes. So thank you for having me, and I have every intention of being in the next stream.
Woo. All right.
Red girl,
your turn. Go with you first next.
Alrighty. Hello, I'm Tiffy Rago. I also go under the pen name Margaret Dutch. I'm a multi-genre author and artist. And you'll see me in the next stream as well, whenever that is.
Woo. All right, Carol, your turn.
Yes, I will go. My name is Carol Brown. I am the author of Queen and Swords and Silence. I'm sitting here patiently waiting to get my goddamn palette. But I know everybody's asking about when the next stream is. I think you still have that link in your description, Sky, with all the streams that are coming on for Nano.
Mm-hmm. Is anybody doing a Nano stream today?
I still need to put the calendar stream link that you created. The spreadsheet.
Well, I can find it. Hold on.
Yeah. Because I forgot to add that in.
Yeah. So if anybody is just kind of like, if you don't know when they're happening or anything, I made this link so that way we can all go to the streams, and they all should have links in them to go to that person's channel if you're not super sure about it. So, and then I'm gonna update this. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna give it to you, Sky, because I can't comment. Okay. So it's in the background thing.
The private chat.
Yeah, the private chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to update that on Mondays, and hopefully after like the first 2 Mondays, like it won't change too much, but that's going to be where all the weekly and the monthly ones are going to be if you're interested. Now, these are the only ones that I know about. I heard that somebody was making like their own calendar. I don't know where it is, but if I find out where it is, I'll include that one too. Not like
most of you streamers are part of the AuthorTube Facebook group, right? Isn't that a good place to go and find somebody?
Yeah, so we're all following that one. I think the Twitter writing group is doing something else. But I'm not sure. I've asked like 2 times to try and talk to the person that's doing this, and I don't get responded to. So I'm like, here I am. So there you guys go. So you should find that. That's current as of midnight last night. Somebody is messaging the fuck out of me.
All right. And let's see. It's now in the comment section for those who still need that link, and I will add it into the description bar as well. Thank you everyone for joining us today. We'll be back in January for how rude.
How dare.
Really? You wait until the end of the stream to start your piping up? Really?
Sassy birds.
Sassy bird is sassy. We'll do with our next bi-monthly goals stream in Whoa.
You can't. Yeah, what's happening?
Can life just hold on like another 45 seconds?
You're stopping me from getting my makeup, darn it.
Oh God.
All right.
I caught them both.
Nice job. So in January, we'll do a wrap up of our goals from November and December and talk about the next year's goals and next bi-monthly goals and fun stuff like that. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sky. I typically write paranormal romance unnamed SD Haggis, and maybe someday I'll actually have something published, even if it's just the friggin' website. Ah! Ah! Yeah.
Happy Nano, everyone. Write all the words. Write
Yeah.
Good
all
luck
the
with all your
words.
goals, everybody.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.